Tens of thousands of people have turned out in Australia's capital cities to take part in Invasion Day protests. The biggest rally has been held in Melbourne, where the crowd demanded a change to the date on the steps of Victoria's Parliament.
Tens of thousands of people sending a single message. Even the youngest added their voices to the call.
It's their land, it's our land too.
On the front steps of Victoria's Parliament, organisers rallied the troops.
Continue to support it, I encourage you, because people power does work.
Calling for a new Australia Day, one not celebrated but recognised as a day of mourning.
It makes me so confused as to why Australia says lest we forget on Anzac Day, but get over it on Invasion Day. Both are a day of mourning, but only one is respected.
Calls for treaty were loud and clear. So too was the crowd's frustration with Victoria's opposition for withdrawing its support for the treaty process.
I have to talk about this treaty stuff because it's starting to go pear-shaped with the likes of the National Party and the Liberal Party wanting to wipe out the treaty process. Say it again, shame!
Speeches lasted for more than 2 hours before the crowd began to march.
The rally focused on Indigenous issues, but several chants and signs did point to the conflict in the Middle East. Organisers urging protesters to march in support of Indigenous Australians and Palestinians.
We always stand up for those who are oppressed. And today we are standing in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Palestine, and we're so sorry for what you're going through.
Pro-Palestine protesters also joined the rally in Canberra, where hundreds marched peacefully to the Aboriginal Tent Embassy. In Sydney, organisers called for the closure of youth prisons and for politicians to meet with families whose relatives have died in custody.
We don't want a day of mourning. As Indigenous people, we want to mourn at our own comfort and culturally. We don't need the rest of Australia celebrating a day that inflicts so much trauma on us.
Protesters across the country vowing to continue what has become a generational fight for change. Holly Edwards-Smith for Sky News.